Good morning, students. Class 7. Today we are going to learn a new lesson, and the name of the lesson is Gopal and the Hilsa Fish. Gopal and the Hilsa Fish. Okay. So before you read, have you ever read a comic book? Yes. Have you ever read a comic book? A comic book contains stories told mainly through pictures. So comic book always contains of pictures, and through pictures it contains a stories. Okay. So let us know about Gopal and the Hilsa fish. There are some beautiful pictures given over there. It was the season for Hilsa fish. Fishermen could think of nothing but Hilsa fish. So all the time fishermen used to gather to catch the fish, and they were only thought of Hilsa fish. And Hilsa fish were in those days popular. Let's see. Fishmongers sold nothing but Hilsa fish. So the fishmongers used to sell only Hilsa fish. Come buy, the price of Hilsa is down today. So they used to scream and call the people. The Hilsa fish price is down. Okay, you can purchase it. Then householders could take off nothing but Hilsa fish. And even householders were also expecting for Hilsa fish. So everyone is in want of Hilsa fish. How much did you pay for that Hilsa? Then you wouldn't believe it if I told you. You may not believe that how much I paid for it. And in the palace too, the courtiers could discuss nothing but Hilsa fish. And even in the palace, the courtiers used to discuss about the Hilsa fish, about the Hilsa fish. Your Majesty, you should have seen the huge Hilsa I thought it was. So even in the palace, the discussion going on with the Majesty. I had caught a big one, Hilsa, says the minister there. Then, stop it. Somebody says, stop it. Let's see. Are you a courtier or a fisherman? So the question is asked there, are you a courtier or a fisherman? The courtier fell silent. With downcast eyes, the king felt guilty. And even the king also felt guilty. I'm sorry, I lost my temper. It is the season for Hilsa fish and no one. I know that it is a season of Hilsa fish and for no one. Then, not even Gopal can stop anyone from talking about Hilsa fish, not even for 5 minutes. Even Gopal also cannot stop anyone talking about Hilsa fish, nor even for 5 minutes also. Oh, I think I could, Your Majesty. Then let me see you buy a huge Hilsa and bring it to the palace without anyone asking you a word about it. So this is how. I accept the challenge, Your Majesty. So this is how, Majesty, I'll accept your challenge and let me bring you a big Hilsa. A few days later, what is your face half shaven? Why is your face half shaven? I am dressing up to buy a fish. What's the matter with you? Why are you smearing yourself with ash? I told you I am dressing up to buy a Hilsa fish. Buy a Hilsa fish. Listen to me, please. You can't possibly go out in those disgraceful rags. What are you up to? How many times must I tell you, woman? I am out to buy a huge Hilsa fish. It's happened to him. He's gone mad. He's gone mad. Gopal got the Hilsa fish and started walking towards the palace. Started walking towards the palace. Mother, look at the man. Is not he a comical? He must be a madman. I think he is a mystic. When Gopal reached the court, what do you want? I want to see the king. You can't see the king. Get away with you. Gopal began to dance and sing loudly. Inside the palace, the man is crazy. Throw him out at once. I want to see the king. Let me in. Bring that man to me at once. Yes, Your Majesty. Gopal was brought before the king. It's Gopal. The man has lost his mind. I think it's one of his crazy jokes. All right, Gopal, out with it. Why are you dressed up in this ridiculous fashion? Your Majesty, you seem to have forgotten something. Forgotten something? Strangely enough, no one seems to be interested in Hilsa fish today. From the market to the palace and in the court, not a soul has spoken a word about the Hilsa fish. Only then did the king remember the challenge he had thrown to Gopal. Ha ha ha! Well, Gopal, congratulations, you have achieved the impossible once again. This is all about the Hilsa fish. Gopal had brought the fish for the majesty. Working with the text. Answer the following. Why did the king want no more talk about the Hilsa fish? What did the king ask Gopal to do to prove that he was clever? What three things did Gopal do before he went to buy his Hilsa fish? How did Gopal get inside the palace to see the king after he had bought the fish? Explain why no one seemed to be interested in talking about the Hilsa fish which Gopal had bought. Write true or false against each of the following sentences. The king lost his temper easily. Gopal was a madman. Gopal was a clever man. Gopal was too poor to afford decent clothes. The king got angry when he was shown to be wrong. Working with the language. Notice how in a comic book there are no speech marks when characters talk. Instead, what they say is put in a speech bubble. However, if we wish to repeat or report what they say, we must put it into reported speech. Change the following sentences in the story to reported speech. The first one has been done for you. How much did you pay for that Hilsa? The woman asked the man how much he had paid for that Hilsa. What is your face half shaven? Gopal's wife asked him. Dot, dot, dot. I accept the challenge, Your Majesty. Gopal told the king. Dot, dot, dot. I want to see the king. Gopal told the guards. Dot, dot, dot. Bring the man to me at once. The king ordered the guard. Dot, dot, dot. Find out the meaning of the following words by looking them up into the dictionary. Then use them in sentences of your own. Challenge, mystic, comical, courtier, smearing. Picture reading. Look at the pictures and read the text aloud. Stag by the side of a pond. How beautiful my horns are, but my legs are so thin and ugly. Hunters run for your life. Okay, let me hide somewhere. These branches, oh no, they are too close. Get out of here. I was proud of my horns. They could have caused my death. I was ashamed of my legs. They saved me. They saved me. Now ask your partner questions about each picture. Where is the stag? What is he doing? Does he like his antlers horns? Does he like his legs? Why is the stag running? Is he able to hide in the bushes? Where are the hunters now? Are they closing in on the stag? Are they closing in on the stag? Is the stag free? What does the stag say about his horns and his legs? Now, write the story in your own words. Give it a title on a stag. Complete the following word letter word ladder with the help of clues given below. Okay. Now what are the clues you can see? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mother will be very dashed if you don't go to school. As soon as he caught dash of the teacher, Mohan started writing. How do you like my dash kitchen guards big enough for you, is it? My youngest sister is now a dash old. Is dash old, okay. Then don't make such a dash. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Don't cross the dash till the green light comes on. Comes on. Don't cross the street. STREET. Okay. Then we come to the next is the poem The Shed. Do you know what a shed is? A cow shed, a tool shed, a wood shed, for example. It is a small room away from the main house for storing or keeping things, animals, tools, vehicles, etc. Ask your partner if she or he has ever seen a shed. Let her, him, let her or him describe it to the class. Now read the poem. There is a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider web hanging across the door. The hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I am in the bed, I lie and I listen. I will open that door one day. There is a dusty old window around at the side with three cracked panes of glass. I often think there is someone staring at me. Each time that I pass, I will peep through that window one day. My brother says there is a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards, and if I ever dare to set foot inside, he will jump out and chop off my head. But I will take a peep one day. I know that there is not really a ghost. My brother tells lies to keep the shed for his den. There is not anyone stirring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web since I don't know when. I will go into that shed, and one day soon, but not just yet. By Frank Flynn, working on the poem. So, what is there on the working of the poem? So, what is that? Who is the speaker in the poem? Okay, is he or she afraid or curious or both? What is she or he planning to do soon? But not just at suggest doubt, fear, hesitation, laziness, or something else. Choose the word which seems right to you. Tell others why you choose it. Is there a room in your house or a house in your neighborhood, locality, okay, where you would rather not go alone? And never at night, if there is such a place and a story to go with it, let others hear all about it. Okay? This is all about the lesson and the poem. Okay, let's see in the next class. See you then. Bye bye.